Good morning and welcome to the Frontiers of Knowledge segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Knowledge has no boundaries. It does not recognize the differences in the disciplines. Knowledge is knowledge and knowledge is power. And we have always been talking about the new developments. But do we look around and find that a really multicultural country is coming up where there's full freedom to practice your culture, promote your language without any inhibition, and yet not be treated as a cultural ghetto? And that is United States of America. Normally people think that the languages used in America are only two: English and Spanish. How would you like to know that there are languages which normally people do not think to be international languages are used by the Americans? The new Americans or the old Americans is a different thing. And with the use of those languages, the customs, the rites, the festivities, the celebrations of that community speaking that language are celebrated. Fastest growing language, of course, in USA is Chinese. And that is followed by Arabic. Between 2010 and 2017, 600,000 people speaking Chinese were added to USA. 3,600 were added who were Arabic speaking. Then comes Hindi, followed by Telugu, Tagalog, Creole, Bengali, Urdu, Vietnamese. That has been a growth. Hindi, of course, is the largest spoken Indian language in USA. In just last year, 2017, 8 million people were there who were speaking Hindi, followed by Urdu, Gujarati, and Telugu. That being said, one thing more amazing emerges, that although essentially an English-speaking country, India has 4 times more English speakers than USA has. India is not an English-speaking country. English was foisted on this country. But now it's a link language. But 4 times more people in India speak English than they speak in USA. Amazing, isn't it? But that's a fact of life. And one thing more, we come to the crucial thing. Do you know that although Hindi speakers have grown, but the fastest growing language, Indian language, in USA is not Hindi. It's Telugu. Don't be shocked. Between 2010 and 2017, the Telugu speaking population surged by 86%. Undeniably, Hindi and Gujarati also had a high growth rate, but the growth rate of Telugu, 86%, is simply amazing. Arabic has a growth rate in USA of 42%. Hindi has also 42%. Urdu has 30%. Chinese 23%. Gujarati 22%, and so on. Back in 2000, USA had just 87,000 Telugu speaking people. That's it. And in 2010, there were 200,000, rather 2.5, 2,500, 100,000 people speaking Telugu. And then they say that last year alone, another 7 years, there were 500,000 speakers of using those who are using Telugu as a common language of communication. It's not surprising. Imagine there's a massive representation of South Indian diaspora in the technical and engineering spaces. And these two sectors are attracting all the engineers and scientists from Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Between 2008 and 2012, it sent 26,000 students to USA, and all of them have settled there. That's why, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, Adobe System CEO Shantanu, they both hail from Andhra Pradesh. And these young students, when they come here, they chase the American dream so desperately that they have even built temples to help people secure visas in the West. And they built a temple in Hyderabad. So the people go to the temple, pray, and hopefully get the visa and come to USA. But then, is it only the people who are 9-to-5 software jobs who are speaking Telugu? Outside the 9-to-5 software jobs, second generation of Telugu families are setting a mark. The first Indo-American girl to become Miss America has roots in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. And she is daughter of Telugu-speaking doctors who migrated in early 80s. If you look at the Spell Bee competitions, all the time, 9 out of 10 Telugu speaking people are winning that competition. And they have a top spot in the prestigious Scripps National Spell Bee contest. Unfortunately, there have been unsavory incidents as well. A number of Telugu workers in USA have been shot dead in various incidents. And they have been ranged from hate crime to robbery attempts. But there is an assimilation attempt prevalent in that. California-based university has offered dance and music schools to impart traditional culture and arts to the students of USA. And the mainstream college campuses are trying to utilize Telugu heritage. In the face of USA becoming more and more Indianized, Telugu is perhaps the only language which is gaining popularity in original American students as well. The grip of the Indian language is tightening. Hindi, because of its Bollywood, and Punjabi, because of its robust language, are increasing, but they cannot compete with the growth of the Telugu speakers. Bengali and Tamil speakers have small populations of 350,000 and 200,000 people respectively. But the former logged an increase of 57%. And then, interestingly, there are only 300,000 people speaking Punjabi. 1/3 of the number speaking Hindi. That is amazing because the whole of California, the rather major part of California, rural belt, agriculture belt, is inhabited by them. Possibly, most of them have become so anglicized that they do not speak in Punjabi any longer. In absolute numbers, people speaking in Hindi at home increased third after Chinese and Arabic, which is quite, again, amazing. Overall, out of 340 million people, 21.8% of the population speak a foreign language at home. And then the 5 largest cities of USA, 50% of the citizens speak English, and the other 50% speak a language which is not English. It's a foreign language. Officially, only two languages are recognized, as I said earlier, English and Spanish. But the usage of these languages, Chinese, Arabic, Hindi, Telugu, they are changing the very modes of society. And there are now convenience stores, 7 by 11, where people speak because they are located in the communities inhabited by them. Almost 100% people speak that language in the community in which that store is located. And that is what is important. And that is what shows real multiculturalism. Real multiculturalism does not mean what happens in Canada, where these cultural groups are ghettoized and are divided along the lines. There in America, which we call a melting pot, people melt as far as the national aspects are concerned and yet retain the liberty, the freedom to use their language as well as celebrate their festives, observe their rituals, conduct their ceremonies without any hesitation. And that is what real multiculturalism means. Multiculturalism does not mean creating pockets of voters who will vote for you. Multiculturalism does not mean catering to the fundamentalist groups so that although they are hated in their country, native countries, they are pampered here. Multiculturalism really means let people observe their culture, nourish it, cherish it, without any outside interference. And also, now this is most important, without any state support. Here in Canada, the state support is given to any organization which promotes so-called multiculturalism, not in US. They do not promote fissiparous, divisive groups. Because when the state starts promoting a culture group, states start promoting a language, that leads to the division. And that leads to dividing the people. So there, people think of themselves as Americans. They do not say Indo-Americans, they do not say Pak Americans, they do not say Italian Americans. Although they are of those roots, and they are proud to be Americans. This is the beauty, that you remain a part of the whole and yet retain your essential distinctive feature, whether it's language, whether it's ceremonies, whether it's rituals. And that is what's happening. The growth of Telugu, which even India is not spoken by that large a number. It's only confined to Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Tamil is confined to Tamil Nadu. But here in this country, in USA, 86% growth in a language, which are newcomers. This is something astonishing and unheard of. And then, the impact is that those people who are originally not of Telugu region are also speaking that language. The unifying factor is there, that the people observe their festivals without any coercion, that the people speak their language without any coercion, and they also are not coerced not to use that language. So neither pampering nor discouragement. Let all the flowers bloom seems to be the philosophy of USA. Can we learn from that? In Canada, I wish we could. And that would be real multiculturalism, not cloistered, fostered, pumped up primed multiculturalism, the sort which we have today. No culture is a hothouse culture. They bloom in the open. And USA, the growth of Telugu especially, is a clear example of that. Thank you.